I did notice that, you know, Sebastian is the one that's the most combative of our companions. I mean, understandably so.
We can have in peace.
I think we need to burn these first.
Incendio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Excuse me, Sebastian. We need to burn these.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio.
Okay,
A rune symbol.
let's do this.
Above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Wasn't expecting that.
Perfect. Let's go. What the heck?
Revelio.
Isidora's journal, 3 of 7. 3 of 7. How about 1 through 2?
I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
I agree. The world floated back to me as if in a watery haze. How long had I been unconscious? I only remember his eyes, empty. Empty of sorrow, yes, but also, I recall feeling a sense of euphoria as I watched the pain vanish. But everything started to turn. When I fell, I must have hit my head. I neither feel nor see a mark, but the pain is throbbing. I can only hope it is not the Black Death. At least he's no longer in pain.
What do you have
Did
there?
she just...
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
I'm wondering... It sounds like Isadora killed somebody with the... My guess is she killed someone with the curse, with the Avada Kedavra curse. Because she turned evil.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganark was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now,
You would be,
for the
Sebastian.
trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Revelio. Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
There is this invisible wall thing here. We can go through here? Oh, how convenient. How plot convenient.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit.
I guess moment of truth. Let's
Please
try
tell me
this
you
out.
recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And
Really?
the bad news?
We're in for more trouble.
I figured as much.
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area.
Oh, I know that
Marley
mine.
suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A goblin named Logdos. They asked me not to say anything. No, I tell Sebastian pretty much everything, including the things he doesn't want me to tell him.
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do,
There's that.
but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian,
Doesn't
I haven't.
mean-
You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Here we go. This is our first big fight. That was cruel.
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
There it is. There's the breaking point. But we needed it. We needed it. We needed to have the drama. Oof, 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 oof. The drama. But I like it. I enjoy the fact that Sebastian and I are starting to butt heads. It's very realistic. I hope that tragedy isn't gonna strike, but I feel like there's something's gonna snap, and I just hope that I'm able to navigate to the best possible outcome as is possible in this game.
I wondered if you might teach me how to cast that curse you mentioned.
All of a sudden he's like, "Oh, we're cool right
Which one?
now." I feel like
On
this
second
is a
thought,
little weird.
perhaps I don't
His
need to learn
demeanor
any curses
just being
at
like,
the
"Oh,
moment."
okay."
Very well. Let's speak again soon.
It's like we're in a fight, but let's speak again soon. Wow, we just... Okay. It's... Okay. Anyway, the consistency about that is a little off, but I'll just ignore it for right now. I feel like... Oh, nice. I think we completed every single one of these assignments. Top of the class cloak. That's cool. I'll have to just see what that looks like, because that looks like something I'd very much be interested in. Exploration is all field guide pages. Oh. Highland Explorer cap, Highland Explorer garb, Highland Explorer cloak. Okay, so this is a whole set here. Hogwarts regalia. Oh, okay. And Zonko's chief prankster ensemble has not been. Let's see.
I wondered
how...
if you might teach me how to
No,
cast
I'm not
that
trying
curse
to-
you mentioned.
Oh, which one?
Sorry, I
On
accidentally
second thought,
pressed
perhaps I don't need
F
to learn any curses at
while-
the moment.
Very well. Let's speak again soon.
Yes, we will speak again when we've cooled down. What I did want to find out is House Fanatic robe. Interesting. That's really cool. This actually looks a bit Christmassy as well. I may start wearing that a little bit as well. Where? Beast Rescuer robe. Okay. Legendary cape, authentic historian, Slytherin relic. Top of the class. That's cool looking. I do like that. It's very similar to the House Fanatic. I feel like the House Fanatic is cooler just because of the color scheme. Let's go with... I kind of want to see if I can get the whole Zonko's ensemble. Is that officer's uniform? Lucky Leprechaun ensemble. Oh, that's cool. Quidditch captain, legendary Highlander. What was that set here? It was field guide pages. Zonko's chief prankster, Zonko's chief prankster coat, Zonko's chief prankster ensemble. Oh, I haven't gotten this yet. Alright. Alright. It's okay. I guess, again, if I'm trying to be more festive, I'm going to do... There we go, red and green. We've got the red and green thing going on. Actually, what I have on is pretty festive. Is pretty Christmassy as well, I should say. I mean, the Slytherin stuff is also pretty festive, but I don't know, I kind of like this Christmassy thing. That sort of makes it a bit more Christmassy, actually, too. Yeah, that looks more Christmassy to me. And then the hat, I mean, I could go with the leprechaun hat, but I think the shamrocks just make it seem less... Yeah, it makes it seem less Christmassy. So maybe I'll just stick with that one. Not really digging the wizard hat as much. Okay, this is a different Christmassy getup. And then... Yeah, we've got a whole lot of collection-y stuff. Okay. I think we're good. Let's continue on with our quests, shall we?
Potato!
Poaches. I should talk to Poppy and find out why she left so abruptly after we turned the dragon egg. I do want to know about that. Is she back at Hogsmeade or is she at Hogwarts? No, she's at Hogwarts. Oh man. She's quite a ways away. Guess we're gonna check it out. Something, of course, came up, and I just gonna have to find out why. Let's go. All right, Pops. Gotta have my Pops.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There
Yeah.
you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
Oh boy, that hits pretty close, ridiculously close to home.
Sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Oh, a Snidget? I mean, I know what a Snidget is, but...
Exactly what kind
I'll
of
ask
creature
this
is
anyway.
a Snidget?
It's a small bird
It's a
with
bird.
golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more
Because
money
they're
with Snidgets
extinct,
than they
supposedly.
ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers
That's
found
awful.
them now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
And they're conveniently close to here.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies.
Let them come.
Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Alright, so we're now going to move on to the main quest. It's Gobbledygook. And hang out a bit with Amit, which is something I am super looking forward to because I, let me just make sure that there's no, quests. I haven't, like, run around the Hogwarts castle in a while, so I'm just gonna do that really quickly. I'm really excited for this because I feel that of all of the 4 companion characters, Amit is the one that we really had the least screen time with. Which is a shame because I feel like the very little that we've had spending time with Amit, I thought he was a really fun and cool character that I really want to get to know more, and we aren't really starting his arc until now. I mean, yes, we had one earlier with the star maps, or yeah, I think it's the star maps or something. Hey, it's this kid again. Cool. Everybody's still out and about in the wintertime. And just in general, I feel that the companion characters, in terms of the sheer amount of story that they have, feels very unbalanced. So far, both in... Yeah, these two are gonna fight. So far, both in the amount of time that we spend with them, as well as the quality of the story. Like, I feel so spoiled, because clearly Sebastian is my favorite, and probably will remain my favorite. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to have more time with the other 3 characters and just as strong storylines of the other 3. Now, obviously, I haven't finished the game yet. There's still a lot more. So it could be that things with Sebastian might taper down a little bit, and then things with Natty, Poppy, and Amit will, like, ramp up. But so far, Sebastian's story is still... Like, I don't see it plateauing anytime soon. So, yeah, there's just that imbalance there. And, I mean, I'm not saying that... It's hard, right? It's hard to have 4 characters and have them equally well represented. But at the end of the day, no matter what you do, there's probably going to be one character that stands out above the rest. But even then, it shouldn't be by that huge of a margin. And right now, it does feel like it's like the Sebastian show, and then it's the other 3, like, after him. As someone who loves Sebastian, I hope... I'm not asking for there to be less Sebastian, I'm asking there to be more of the other 3. In order to...
Revelio.
Equal... Oh, this thing.
Lumos.
In order to, like, equal... Thing with a telescope.
Can't catch thieves!
Thieves. Have I not gone down this corridor? I don't remember this. Have I never gone down this corridor? This again is a great reason why.
Revelio.
It's a great reason why I love not necessarily fast traveling, because it allows me to run into things. Even if there's no side quests, I was like, maybe I'll run into another mirror or something else. So I have to find a telescope. Okay. I'm presuming it's somewhere higher. Yes. This is not the telescope. This is a telescope. Probably not the telescope. Hello, Mr. Owl, or Miss Owl. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? Definitely here. Nice. Okay. This is pretty even during the day. I mean, I think it is prettier at night, but definitely during the day. Anyway, all I'm saying is I hope that we see a ton more of Amit and Poppy and Natty from here on out. Not sure we're going to get it, but that'll be like one critique for me. Because I think the amount of Sebastian we're getting is perfect, and I just want the amount that we get from the other three to be perfect as well, just as much. Well, perfect, I do believe that it would have been amazing if we actually did have companion characters who actually did join us on missions far more regularly than they are now, instead of just the select missions that we have them. Like Fallout style. I don't need all three of the characters following me around, although that would be great, especially if we did that in the climax, or four of the characters. If we had all four of the characters with my companion at the very end, very similar to Harry and the rest of the gang, the rest of the extended gang at the end of the 5th book, at the end of the Order of the Phoenix book. You know, when you had Harry, Ron, Hermione, Luna, Ginny, Neville, like, having all 6 of them join Harry for the climax was amazing. So having all 4 of our companion characters at the climax joining my character would be amazing. But prior to that, it would have been awesome if we could somehow recruit one of the students to join us in our mission, in going out and going on missions similar to Fallout, or even like Mass Effect or Dragon Age. You know, having there be like a character selection screen maybe, or just, again, like Fallout, you just go up to the person and say, hey, follow me. Come and follow me on this adventure, on this quest. I think that would also help a lot with the imbalance, because if we had given that, I would have asked Sebastian to join me in a lot of my missions, but I probably would have still balanced that out by having Amit, Poppy, and Natty join me in a whole slew of missions, especially if it made sense for those characters. Like, I would have taken Poppy on some of the missions that involved magical beasts or magical creatures. I would have taken Natty to some things that were, I don't know, a little bit more like adventurous and heroic. I would have taken Amit to some things that were more intellectual, like mission quests that were a little more intellectual side of things, and not necessarily about combat and fighting people. You know, things like that.
Hello there.
Again, the game is so far amazing as it is. Not saying that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I do want to recognize that there's always room for improvement, and there are opportunities here to just take it to the next level, especially if they decide to make a sequel, or if any other company decides to make another game like Hogwarts Legacy, and just take the next step. Astronomy telescope. This telescope is the finest stargazing instrument of its kind, perfect for viewing the moon and the stars, and anything else one might find in the night sky. Hey there, Meat.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think
I'll
he
protect
simply
you.
wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Yeah. How do you know gobbledygook again?
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me. Being self-taught and all.
Okay. Yeah, let's head to the mine then.
Lodgok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
You are adorable. Amit's adorable. So many of these characters are just adorable. Oh, those aren't. I thought those were moon rocks. It's like those are not moon rocks. Those are. Yeah. Why am I going in? I need to go meet Amit back here. Meet me at the mines, but not right in the middle of the mines. Logdoc.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
You should have expected. I'm not gonna blame him for that. Although I'm not. I'm trying really hard to trust Logdoc. I'm trying to. Sirona does trust him, so ultimately that makes me trust him as well. Me, the player, I'm like, is Logdoc actually telling us everything? Is he actually telling us the full truth? And I'm not just saying that because he's a goblin. I'm not saying that. It's just the way that he's been behaving around me. The way that some of the things that he's saying is like, I don't know. My gut's feeling a little off.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares
He's
about
looking
what
for
they
something.
contain.
Right, he's looking for
centuries,
something.
Wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
I'm
Greetings,
probably going to
Lodgok.
tell Amit everything
It is an
anyway.
honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it.
Oh, poor
I can,
Amit.
Sir Lodgok.
Oh, poor
Just
Amit.
Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.